we will bring this meeting tonight to order, February 9th, 2015, regular meeting, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next we'll have roll call, please.
Mr. Hinckley.
Here.
Ms. McGuire. Here. Mr. Gajewski.
Here.
Mr. Binkowski, absent. Ms. Carrasco here. Mr. Weed.
Here.
Mr. Fire.
Here. Thank you. All right, agenda additions. Is there anybody that has anything, Bob, anything that you
No,
have
sir.
that? Okay. All right. Then public comment. Do you have any cards?
We do not.
No cards. Okay. Consent agenda next is the minutes. Anybody have any problem or correction or question about the minutes as presented? Hearing none. Financial report, payment of bills in the last 2 weeks to the tune of $107,188.07. Anything there? Okay. I think I pointed this out before, but just in case I haven't, that these bills are gone over by the treasurer, the clerk, and the township superintendent for probably a couple of hours the day of our meeting in the morning. You know. Plus, of course, getting pretty precise treatment as they move through the system. But, and Superintendent Stalker has one item regarding a letter of understanding with Felice and Vandenbrink. Any questions there at all? All right. Well, then I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Support. That is moved by Mr. Weed with support from Mr. Gajewski that we do accept the three-part consent agenda. Roll call, please.
Mr. Weed.
Yes.
Mr. Hinckley.
Yes.
Ms. Carrasco, yes. Mr. Gajewski.
Yes.
Ms. McGuire. Yes. Mr. Fire.
Yes. Motion carried. Next, we move to the Township Superintendent's report, action items. And the first item is talking about the riprap application to the lagoon system, the sewer lagoon system. So another facet of it.
Yes. Relating to implementation and keeping with the direction the board provided, I contacted the Spicer Group relative to adding the riprap to the plans and pursuing a permit and improvements, including that expanded scope of work. That resulted in a proposal from the engineering firm for additional services with a total fee of $47,320 for both design and construction administration. This is based on 4% for design and 4% for construction administration. And I've attached a copy of the contract, the base contract that we have with the firm, wherein the standard fees, at least from their perspective, are 8% for design and 7% for construction administration. I would argue that might be debatable based on the language and that it's got to be mutually agreed. But nonetheless, from their perspective, they called with what they thought was good news in terms of a reduced fee. That led to a revised budget for the project, which I've attached as well, wherein the contingency's been reduced from 20 to 12%. I advised that 12% should be more than adequate. They also indicated that they had expended some effort on this riprap subject to date, and I presume that is covered under item 1 in the design and permitting scope of professional services. So if we want to move forward with this, I'm seeking the board's approval of the proposal and authorization for execution of the document by our township supervisor. Now, I should add that one of the items related to construction administration, they mentioned specifically, because I had questioned the cost, was that they expect to have a large number of days on site. They're concerned that they be there and have eyes on the process when it's taking place, so that care is taken not to puncture the liner when the materials are installed.
You're talking about Spicer people
Yes.
being on site.
Right.
Yeah. And that would be a little bit out of the ordinary, is that right?
More intensive inspection, yes.
Well, do we have any questions or comments from the board regarding? Fees for design and construction of projects of this magnitude, kind of normal?
This would be below normal, and one might argue that this is a relatively simplistic process as well, and I think that's why they propose the reduced fee. So, yeah, as compared to designing the overall wastewater improvements and having to do the calculation for aeration and all the much more involved technical aspects of design, I would argue, frankly, that this is a much more straightforward element of the project.
Well, what are the thoughts of the board? What are your wishes?
Bob, just a question on the construction administration. With them being on site, is that because like whoever's delivering the riprap, they're the ones that are gonna be placing it on the liner? So Spicer wants to make sure they're placing it accordingly without puncturing it? Or do we have another person in the middle of that that's gonna be placing it?
I suspect that will depend how it's bid, frankly, but yeah, there will be a responsible contractor for placement, whether that's the same party or not. I'm
as much involvement in public things like we had yesterday with the snowbox derby. It was great. I went down there, we had a good time, and we want to promote more things to happen in our community during these, what I call, slow times.
Right.
Okay, and the Fishing for the Future is primarily a fundraiser for nonprofit, the Alcona and Iosco conservation districts. They've been doing some work over at our shoreline park over here a little bit, cleaning up some of the invasive species there. And what we want to do is continue that and also promote Oscoda. So we have a fishing tournament that's going on this weekend. It's $20 per hole. We try to bring it on as a family friendly type of thing, bring kids. A matter of fact, I know that the Rotary Club has purchased some holes, and I also donated a hole, and we're going to, those are going to be some of the high school students that are interested in coming out. And we want, what I'm here for is just to let everybody know, and ask the board for their support in this project. I know it's not a community actually based thing, but it's going to benefit everybody. The Chamber of Commerce is involved. Of course, our main supporter is Mr. Cruz with CruzCom, who donated a large amount of money. And then there's a lot of our local businesses that have donated a lot of the prizes here. And last year, the prizes were exceptional. We had ice augers, and shanties, and now we're getting more and more involvement with some of the other businesses, even down into Tawas and that. So what I'm here for is just to bring this out, bring it to you guys, and I've got some flyers. I'll just hand them there. I got enough for everyone on the board. And if you can, anything you can do to bring family, friends, put it on your Facebook. That's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to get it out there so that we can get more involvement. It's good for the businesses in the community. The chamber's heavily involved. And that's all I got. If you have any questions or thinking about this, I can answer them as best to my knowledge.
The $20 is going to go to your organization?
$20 is going toward to support the Iosco and the Alcona County Conservation.
Okay.
Okay, they're not government organizations. These are private or basically self-sufficient entities. Okay, just like the Pine River Watershed Coalition, which I'm also on the board for. So I don't always deal with weeds in Van Etten Lake, but but it's all part of that, because not only is it Van Etten Lake, but Cedar Lake and of course Lake Huron. That's what brings people here. Yeah. The nature of what we have here is beautiful.
And this will be our second fishing event.
This is the second one, correct?
In the recent weeks. This is Valentine's Day, the 14th, right?
Correct.
How does it differ from the other one?
Well, the other one is Perchville.
Yeah. No. I meant there was another one. There was another one on Van Etten Lake, wasn't there? They wanted the use of Warrior Pavilion?
No,
Or
it's
just-
the same one.
It's the same one.
Yeah, same
Okay.
thing, yep.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Perchville down there.
Yeah.
The primary reason we have it, we always schedule it, it's not because it's just Valentine's Day. It's free fishing weekend.
Okay.
That
So
was
that-
my question. Do you
that
have to have a
was-
license?
That's why, because this will allow parents to bring their kids, or even invite their relatives to come on up. And I've seen a lot of people. I live on Loud Drive, and there was a lot of people came up for Perchville, and the Snowbox Derby. And so we're looking to bring people back up
Sure.
during this off time. Hopefully fill up a couple of hotel rooms too.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
So,
Well, good job. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else? Yes.
Hi, Robert Tazer from Hillcrest Drive. I was just wondering if there has been any movement on the splash pad for the beach park next summer.
I can, somehow or another, I knew you were gonna ask that question. I don't know why, but we have an RFP out right now that actually has a deadline of this Friday for submittals, so.
Okay, so there's movement. Bids went out.
We have a request for a proposal, yes. So
Okay.
we're waiting for bids to come in, and there's a deadline of this Friday.
Okay.
So I'm hopeful that we'll get some bids.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, anyone else? Board comments. Anybody on the board have anything? Okay.
Actually, I guess I'll just, for the fishing tournament, it is Valentine's Day, and that is kind of a nice Valentine's Day. 11 to 4, isn't it, Doug? The time is 11 to 4, I think, 11 to 2.
11 to 2.
So, yeah, pack a little romantic lunch on the ice.
Okay.
Jamie?
Right, huh?
What's your taxes due? Did you want to mention
Huh?
your taxes are due?
Oh, taxes are due. I have board comment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Follow that up with your Valentine's.
Yeah.
I think my Valentine's Day fishing tournament's about.
Probably.
Yeah.
You can always go out to dinner afterwards.
Yeah, right, after, yeah.
Well, it depends on your taxes.
You can fry up your fish afterwards.
Taxes are generally due February 14th, but it is a Saturday. The next business day is a holiday, and the township will be closed as President's Day. So the official day for taxes to be paid, the last day, is February 17th. You have till 5 o'clock. We'll be open 8 to 5.
That's Tuesday. So.
Yep, Tuesday the 17th.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, then I need a motion to go into closed session to consider the possibility of purchase of real estate.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Weed, supported by Ms. McGuire.
Oh, yeah.
Roll call, please.
I am.
Ms. Carrasco, yes. Ms. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Weed?
Yes.
Mr. Hinckley?
Yes.
Mr. Gieske?
Yes.
Mr. Byer?
Yes.
Surprised me.
Motion carried.
Think about it.
No.
We need little things
We're
where we
in
can
closed
send each
session.
other little messages.